again, Primary 1, 2, Primary 2a, Primary 2b and Primary 2, 3. I hope you've all been enjoying this lovely weather we've been having, and I hope you've been enjoying the grammar lessons that we have been putting on YouTube. This week we're going to be focusing on questions. Now you might want to think back to what we do in class. What do we need at the end of a question? What is a question? So we'll be having a think today about questions and what we need and how we make them. I hope you enjoy the video and have fun. Now, like we've just said, our focus this week is going to be questions. Questions are no different to the normal sentences you've been writing, but the only thing that's different is the type of punctuation you use at the end. The punctuation we went over in class so far has been full stops and exclamation marks. Now, a question mark is a different type of punctuation, and you put it at the end of a question. It's similar to an exclamation mark, but we'll be going over how you do a question mark. And remember, it's no different. You need to put it at the end of your question. Just like you do with a sentence, you put a full stop at the end. A question mark goes at the end as well. And it's no different to making your normal sentences. You still need a capital letter to begin your question, like we do at the start of a sentence. To be successful this week, you are going to be learning how to use a question mark accurately and how to use a full stop accurately. We'll just do a little bit of revision of that, and hopefully you can remember how to do that. There are 3 options this week. There's mild, where you can put a question mark in the right place. Spicy, you're going to be doing is it a question sheet. Or hot is question marks, full stops or exclamation marks, if you want to challenge yourself that little bit more. Now, since the weather's been so nice, you can go out during your daily walk or out in your garden and create your own question marks to practice how to draw them. You can use pasta, mud, sand, grass, sugar, salt, or anything if you want to get creative to draw your question marks and practice doing them the right way. And as always, there's Education City tasks if you want to complete them. I hope you enjoy. Let's have a practice of our punctuation. So far we've learned in Primary 2 we've got our full stops. They go nice and neat on the line. They don't go floating up here where I can't see them. And they're not really big like this. So that's not a full stop. Think about Mr. Blobby and how much he likes nice full stops. We've got our exclamation marks if somebody's shouting or if you want to emphasise something. Goes straight down and then the full stop below. Again, I don't want to see any floating exclamation marks high up in the sky or again below the line. Nice and neat, so that dot, the bottom bit of the exclamation mark's on the line, just like a full stop. So I'll rub these out, we don't want to see these. And our new one today is looking at our question mark. So our question mark comes round, down, and then again the full stop right on the line, nice and neat. Have a go at practicing your question marks using anything at all you can find, or if it's a nice day, go outside and see if you can create some question marks. Okay, now that we've practiced how to draw a question mark correctly, we'll be looking at using question marks in a sentence now. So what is a question? Well, a question is something you ask someone when you want to find something out. So you might ask someone, how old are you? Then they would reply with their age. You might want to say, how are you? And then they'd reply how they're feeling. Or if you want to do the Doric version, fit like. So where in a sentence do you find a question mark? Can you remember from the start of the video where we need to put that question mark? Think about your pop and punctuation. Question marks are found at the end of a question, just like full stops are found at the end of a sentence. So you might say to someone, where do you live? Notice we've still got a capital letter for the w and where, and we've got a question mark at the end of the sentence, just like we would put a full stop at the end of a sentence. You do not need a full stop and a question mark at the end of the sentence, just the question mark is fine. So questions can begin with all different things, but the most common ones we see are what, where, how, why, who, and when. Can you think of any questions using these words? For example, you might say, why are you doing that? So we're learning today to recognize question words like the ones we've just seen. We're learning how to ask questions, and we're learning to use question marks at the end of questions in written work and where we need to put them exactly. What I'm looking for you is to ask your family questions about themselves. Practice using them question words. Circle question marks and questions from books or newspapers or any writing you find round the house, or you can write them down. And write at least 3 questions to a friend for them to answer using a question mark. It could be a friend or a family member, or you can post them up on Teams for us to answer. So here are some examples. When are you going on holidays this year? Are you going on holiday this year due to coronavirus? What is your favourite colour? Why is your favourite subject art? Notice the starting words, the when, the what, and the why, which are question words. So how do you think you did? How do you think you did? Remember to traffic light how you think you did at the end and let us know. Remember, green means I did really well, I didn't need much help. Amber or orange means I needed a little bit of help. And red is no, I didn't get this at all, I need a lot more help. Are you ready for a challenge? Can you mark sentences putting in capital letters, full stops and question marks where they have been missed out? Have a go at the mild, spicy and hot sheets, and good luck. Okay, our first example is where are you going? What do we need if it's a question at the end? Notice we've still got our capital letter for the W. That's really important. And we've got our question word, which is where are you going? Now remember, words are not friends, so we still need them finger spaces in between the words. But if it's a question, what do we need at the end? Well, we need to put a question mark. Now I don't want to see question marks like this, hanging down below the line. That's not what we want to do. I want to see question marks like this. Nice and tall and big, up, down, round, and then you put your little dot at the end, nice and neat. Now it's a question because we've got a question mark. Where are you going? Okay, I've got some sentences for you. Can you decide whether you need to put a full stop, a question mark, or any other type of punctuation? Remember, there's full stops, question marks, and exclamation marks. I'll give you some thinking time to see if you can decide what do we need at the end of these sentences or questions. Remember to look for the clues in the question words that start at the beginning of a sentence. So I went to the park. Well, I'm not shouting it and I'm not trying to project my voice, so I think we need a full stop in there. Now remember, a full stop goes right on the line, not too big. Now I went to the park. How old are you? Now it's asking somebody a question because you want them to reply. And we've got our how, which is one of our question words. How old are you? So we're going to need a nice big and neat question mark. Up, down, round, and then your full stop. What happened? Again, we've got our question word, so that lets me know that I need a question mark. Again, we're going to make it nice and neat. Up, down, round, and our little full stop at the bottom. Can you think of any other questions or sentences that would need full stops, question marks, or an exclamation mark? Another one could be stop. So we've got stop. Now, if somebody was shouting that, we would need an exclamation mark. And to do an exclamation mark, you go down and then you put your full stop at the bottom. Stop! Remember, you're trying to shout it at somebody.